What's up, everybody? DJ Bucky here, looking at the 2019 draft. I know it's early here, Buck.
Real early.
When we look at some of these teams, though, I think we've identified some needs, maybe that couldn't be accomplished in last year's draft that definitely need to be accomplished in the upcoming draft.
Yeah, absolutely. There's some teams that may have missed the boat last year when it came to the draft, but this year they have to get it right. The team that comes to mind for me, the Dallas Cowboys in the wide receiver position. I know they tried to get along without Dez Bryant, without Jason Witten. They thought they could do it as a team. It's not working. They need to find a number one receiver. We heard Jerry Jones allude to the fact that, man, he needs a number one receiver on the field, and they don't have one. And so when you don't have a number one receiver, you may not be able to get it in free agency. They have to go to the draft. Luckily for them, there's some playmakers that are coming out that can help them right away.
I just think they need to think about Halloween come draft day. Get somebody that scares somebody. I look at this group, and there's just nobody that scares you whatsoever when you look at that offensive personnel. And that leads me to the Colts, a team that, look, they did accomplish some things. What they did at the offensive line, they got better there. Look at some of the playmakers they've added over the last couple drafts. Darius Leonard, you see Malik Hooker. But when I look at the skill position weapons, you've got T.Y. Hilton and not a whole lot else. So they have got to get some weapons for Andrew Luck, some big-time talent, very similar to what we're talking about with the Dallas Cowboys. The good news for the Colts is you've already got somebody in T.Y. Hilton that is a key member of the future. You need to get somebody to go along with him.
This league is all about the P's: passers, playmakers, and pass catchers. And right now, they have the passer in Andrew Luck. I don't know about the playmakers. T.Y. Hilton is okay as a pass catcher. They need more. So they have to have someone at the running back position that can help them as an RB1 or a wide receiver 2, or they need a dominant wide receiver on the perimeter. Who's another pair of guys that you –
Well, why don't you go to Denver? I know you want to talk about something about the Denver Broncos and some holes on that roster. What do you think?
Man, the Denver Broncos, for a team that is so talented, a defense that looks like it's ready to win a Super Bowl, they got to get the quarterback position fixed. And I know they went in, they tried to dig in the bargain basement and get a quarterback in Case Keenum, but we've seen what he is. He will never be a high-end QB1. He won't be a high-level starter. You may win some games with him here or there, but they need a franchise quarterback. That's what they're lacking. When I look at the 2019 class, there can be a ton of options that can go and get it. And luckily for them,
they might be picking up there.
They may be picking up there, but they won't have to fight all the teams because all the other teams have gotten their quarterback. The Denver Broncos should have the pick of the litter when it comes to getting a franchise quarterback in next year's draft.
I'll get to one more team here as we wrap this thing up. The Giants. Looking at, again, you can look at the quarterback position for them and trying to find that next guy. But I look on the defensive side of the ball, just defensive line. We go back to these Giant teams when they were at their best. And, yes, Eli Manning was manning the controls. But those teams were about the line of scrimmage, offensive line, defensive line. And right now, you got to get rid of JPP, getting a little bit long in the tooth. You want to make a move there. Okay, he's gone. I like Olivier Vernon, but they need some more firepower up front in that defensive line. I think about those Super Bowl teams being able to rush not only from the edge but from the inside. They were a dominant front, and when I look at this group right now, Buck, it is far from dominant.
Yeah, it's far from dominant. I think they also may need to go back and look at the quarterback position. I know they tried to get away with it last year. Got Saquon Barkley, added some more weapons, fixed the offensive line. Quarterback still not playing great. Maybe, just maybe, a franchise quarterback can elevate all of those guys. The offense looks better than the defense is not big of an issue.
Well, I know we're a long way away from the 2019 NFL Draft, but never too early to start the conversation. Remember, you can check out all of our videos, NFL.com/MTS video, as well as YouTube.com/NFL. And check out the Move the Sticks podcast. We've got multiple episodes available each and every week, NFL.com/podcast, as well as Apple Podcasts.